You said that Sherrod Brown has voted to increase his pay 6 times. Their campaign is saying that he also voted at least 7 times to reduce his pay. And he also didn't take federally provided health insurance benefits until Obamacare passed. So, aren't you only telling part of the story?
Well, I think it's important for citizens to know that on 6 different occasions, Sherrod Brown voted to raise his own pay. And if Sherrod Brown wants to tell his side of the story, that's what campaigns are about. And he has an opportunity to tell folks that when he does press conferences or in TV commercials. But we believe that citizens should know that he voted to raise his pay 6 times while all of us are struggling. You have the median income in Ohio and in America dropping, 400,000 Ohioans unemployed, the federal government with a $16 trillion debt, and this guy's voted to raise his pay on 6 different occasions, and it's something citizens should know when they go to vote this fall.
This morning we talked to him anticipating that this was the crux of your press conference today, and he said that you are talking about this because you don't want to talk about the auto bailout, the benefits of health care, things of that nature. I mean, he said that things like this lack substance. In response to that?
That's a bunch of hogwash. I mean, citizens have a right to know if they're paying taxes and their politicians aren't. Citizens have a right to know that Sherrod Brown didn't pay his own taxes, but then voted to raise ours over 30 times. And we're talking about substance throughout the state of Ohio. I'm looking forward to debating him in Cleveland, Columbus, and Cincinnati on all these issues. You mentioned health care specifically. The legislation Sherrod Brown voted for in health care is a job killer for small businesses throughout the state of Ohio. Right here in Columbus, Cardinal Health is a Fortune 100 company, puts food on the table for thousands of Central Ohioans. And Sherrod Brown should be ashamed of himself for voting for a medical device tax that will inhibit growth in companies like Cardinal Health, companies like Invacare and Elyria, which is one of the largest manufacturers of wheelchairs and home care products in the entire country. Companies like Steris and Mentor that makes sterilization equipment for hospitals and other healthcare settings. And we're looking forward to debating him on that issue and others on October 15th in Cleveland, October 18th in Columbus, and October 25th in Cincinnati. And listen, he could have stopped the federal healthcare takeover. He could have stopped that legislation. And to his credit, he did stand up to the president temporarily, but in standing up to the president, he said that he didn't feel the healthcare legislation was going far enough. And he was even to the left of most of his party. And when I go across the state of Ohio, I talk to Democrats, Republicans, and independents who have a problem with federal government-run health care. There's a specific problem with the medical device tax. There's a problem with $700 billion being essentially stolen from Medicare to pay for Obamacare. And we're looking forward to debating him on that and other issues. When it comes to the Delphi employees, we know how the Delphi employees were treated. It was unfair. There were thousands of Delphi employees throughout the state of Ohio who lost their pensions because of a process that Sherrod Brown supported.
So if you were elected senator, would you move to restore the $700 billion reduction?
Well, first and foremost, I would work to repeal Obamacare and repeal federal government-run health care and absolutely restore that $700 billion plus to Medicare. Listen, when it comes to Medicare and Social Security, I think it's important that we maintain those programs without any change whatsoever for my grandmother's generation, my parents' generation. My grandmother's 83 years old. It would be unfair to change Social Security or Medicare whatsoever for my grandmother and anyone in her generation. It would be unfair to change Social Security or Medicare for my parents, who are baby boomers, and anyone in their generation. But my niece, who's 20 months old, there will be no Social Security or Medicare for her if there aren't some common sense bipartisan reforms.